Dude, by the way.
No, don't start fucking telling a story without putting on your headphones.
I love these headphones. I feel like a fat John Madden. A fatter John Madden. What we're going to do is taste the bourbon, and when you taste the bourbon, you're going to get a taste of what the bourbon is.
That's actually not bad. It's not too bad.
Actually, I don't have a bottle of Root Track.
Hey, you don't have your headphones on.
Hey,
either.
is this to the rabbit? The rabbit.
So lift it over and around Randy to that chair
That's
there.
a far way to go. I am girthy.
I'm girthy.
Get up. From the waist up.
Jesus Christ.
No, I forget.
You're used to it.
I know,
what I
but
was.
I don't walk around you.
That's why Martelle tucks himself in his little corner.
Yeah.
So you said Martelle tucks himself?
Oh, yeah.
Of course I do.
Why do you think we get along so well?
I forget. So the other morning, I forget how we got on this. But I was telling Jillian about the podcast about our sex life. So funny. She's like, "Oh, let's hear it," and I'm like, "Nah, we don't have to." She's like, "No, just pull it up. Let's listen to it." So we're like going through there, and I was dying laughing at myself, and she was pretty amused until she got to the fact of that I was like, "No, if it was Pamela Anderson in there, yeah, she didn't."
She didn't like that part?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that one.
Yeah, she was like, okay.
But you guys haven't established your list?
And so I immediately was like, okay, so you want to say if there wasn't some hot guy here? And she's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You got to have your list, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something every couple needs to nail down.
So let's talk about that. Have you nailed down your list?
Mine changes a lot, but, I mean, you said Pamela Anderson. Mine's all nostalgic, too, because mine's like, in no particular order, my top five's like Elizabeth Hurley, right?
Blake Lively is number one for me.
I think Blake Lively is actually my wife's number one as well.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she is from Gossip Girl. She was also in Age
so nothing
of...
a guy would watch then.
No, she's been in some stuff. What was she in that was... she was trashy in that movie, too.
Frozen 2?
Yes. Good. Coming out of the gates.
No, but think of Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled. She gets all those different outfits with the tight leather and...
The Town with Ben Affleck, isn't that...
He's fucking you right now.
That sounds like another thing I would never watch.
It's like one of those crazy, like,
Chick
Boston...
flicks.
No. It's not a chick flick. It was a gangster movie.
Oh, okay.
The Town with Ben Affleck.
I don't think I saw that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Well, anyway, she's his side girl. And... And she plays like some Boston like trash, like Northy trash.
Oh, I've seen that. That's actually good.
Isn't most of Boston kind of trash?
You're describing all of Boston.
Well, have
It's
you?
just all of Massachusetts in general.
Right.
Boston's like the best they've got.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, Elizabeth Hurley's one of mine. Shania Twain's always been one of mine.
Oh God.
Sheryl Crow.
I feel like everyone's list ages them. It tells exactly where they grew up.
Jenna Jameson.
Okay, my number one,
Debbie.
Topanga.
Jenna Jameson.
You give me Topanga. I'm happy.
Topanga, yeah.
I don't even want to say her real name.
No,
'Cause
Winnie.
When I was growing up, it was Topanga.
from-
You're old.
Wonder Years, yes.
Yeah.
She's aged well.
Yeah, she
Not
has.
only
She
she is,
really has.
well,
And
she's
she's like a
Asian.
teacher, right?
She's
No,
Asian
she
well.
is a physicist.
Physicist. I know it was something like that. And she went to like an
crazy smart.
MIT or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I knew it was something like
It doesn't
that.
matter.
Hey,
thinking of
it's
stupid
smartness is what I was going for.
Yeah, she's
Smartness
stupid
is-
smart.
So in the glass right now, we've got Woodinville. This is a Bourbon Enthusiast pick. It is private select, single barrel bourbon, and it is a cask strength. This is 59.74 alcohol, so 119.48 proof. It's from barrel number 2581, and it's bottle number 59. So this is Woodinville. They're out of Washington. And
State or
the
DC?
state? The state, yeah. So
It's
Woodinville.
actually a really cool distillery.
Well, they distill
know.
it in one location, then they barrel it and take it to another location.
And the funny thing is we were headed to a winery, and we happened upon this place, and was like, oh, we'll just walk in. We didn't tour it. We just walked in and did their little flight. It was good.
I don't know which I like the least. Washington the state or Washington the D.C.?
Oh,
That's a great call. Probably DC.
DC is the one I probably like the least, although I like to visit there as a tourist.
Never been
I've
to
only
the
been
state.
there once when I was in middle school, and that's where I learned that Tupac got shot and killed. Well,
That's Winnie.
allegedly.
Yeah. He's alive somewhere. He's living with Elvis on some island somewhere.
He's in New Mexico.
Oh, was it New Mexico?
Yeah.
All right.
There was an article a couple weeks ago about it. One of his best buddies.
Florida man article?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Florida man.
That's where everybody wants to go to hide. New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I mean, who's looking there?
Well, that's why that's
Fair. Very fair.
That's where they
I
filmed
forgot that
Breaking
was a
Bad.
state.
So you've got all the Shania Twains and all those. So who was on your list? You said was it you that said Blake Lively, or you said Blake Lively?
No, I said Blake Lively.
Okay.
It's really just Blake Lively, and then I'll someone else will pop up and I'll be like, yeah, you're on the list.
I mean, if you're
You're on
taking
the
Blake
list.
Lively, I'll take Ryan Reynolds.
I like how you said that. She'll just pop up and be like, hey, you made the list.
Yeah.
Like, lucky gal.
Is there anyone near us right now
Right.
that's famous? So all the people on my list are people that I know in my neighborhood. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think for me, Jennifer Aniston's definitely up there. And when she was in Horrible Bosses, and that just
Yeah.
She's a solid one. She's aged well too. That's
Who's
what money will do for
this,
you.
you're going to want to punch me, but who's the Elaine from Seinfeld? What's her?
God,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
The
You know,
look said it
what's
all.
funny is I used to get her and the lady from Andy McDowell, I think it is, mixed up.
I don't know.
Ally
who that
McBeal.
No, from Four Weddings and a Funeral. I think her
seen
name was
that.
Andy McDowell. I used to get those two mixed up. She was in Groundhog Day,
Oh, yeah.
the love interest in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Daryl Hannah.
No. Close. You're getting closer.
is. Bill Murray.
Yes. Bill Murray.
If you had a chance with Bill Murray and all his greatness, his comedic glory, would you share a bed with him?
Sexually or just sleep?
I just said
Both.
share a bed. Both.
Oh, I'd sleep in the same bed with him, no problem.
I've slept in probably beds with more guys than women.
And
That's saying
there's
something.
your intro right there. Just that line.
My friend group growing up was so weird. You know, we'd be at like college parties and be early and be like, yeah, I'm going to sleep in your bed tonight.
How did y'all pick who played the girl and who played the guy, though?
Is the door closed? I'm going to ask.
Motherfucker. That's not going to fucking stop either.
I'll start barking back.
I don't know where he is, but he is the weirdest fucking dog. Like, he requires permission to go up the stairs most of the time. So we'll be sitting in the living room, and he'll get pissed off at the younger dog and go down the stairs and sit on the landing, or go up the stairs halfway and sit on the landing. And then when he decides he wants to come back and join us, he'll start whining and barking. He won't just come down. He'll wait until you say, Banks, come, and then he'll start slowly coming down the damn stairs.
Well, I mean, Diesel's the same way. He won't go upstairs unless you're going up or coming down.
I feel like Banks might have picked up on something as a pup from you.
Why? Just laid back and doesn't care? Or
No,
the whininess?
Just needed permission.
Need permission.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I mean, that's my relationship. So I had to tell
like
the wife that Tyler invited you guys. Well,
No lie.
Is that why
When
I got
just
pulled
to
up-
be fair.
Is that why I got a
pulled
dirty
up-
look?
I pulled up in my work van and the garage door's open. She's working out.
Yeah.
And I've been here a couple times now.
Trust me, that's the
So-
one time you don't want to interact with her. 'Cause
Well,
she'll
I kind
get
of like,
serious,
I was going to park there, and I looked, and she just like looked at me, and I was like, I'm going to go down and find a spot down here, and I just kept going, like,
Well,
'Cause
she
I don't
gets
think
like
she
in a
knows
zone
me.
when she works. She's seen you before when you came to drop off.
oh, okay, yeah.
But she gets in a zone when she's working out that you do not like. People will talk to her, and she'll like curse at them. And so we have this thing called like the things that cause Trina's Tourette's. So she has workout Tourette's. She has period Tourette's. She's got kid Tourette's, me Tourette's. Like there's so many things that causes her Tourette's.
Sounds like
insects. That's one of the biggest one.
she cusses at insects.
Oh, like she flips out and goes through a little tirade every time. It's pretty stinking
That's
funny.
incredible.
Got these motherfucking bugs and this motherfucking...
Not quite
I
like
told you, Ladybug, you are not welcome here.
he's got some voices. I don't know what Aaron just sent me about Responsible Restart Ohio. Anyway,
Not
I'll look at that
important.
later. It's not. So, what do you guys think about this bourbon?
I like it.
I love the bottle, first off. The bottle's fantastic.
So, what do you like about it? I mean, it's basically just a big.
It's a
square
it's a
rectangle.
brick.
Yeah, brick.
But I like the wood cork topper looking top plug. The bunghole plug.
The bunghole.
It's also underrated about bottles is this little lip. to grab it.
Just
because I had one the other day that I was grabbing kind of up around the top like this, and it started to slide on me, and I was like, that was almost
you got to watch your grip, man.
Yeah.
Got to hold it tighter.
The other thing I don't like is the real wide mouth bottles, because when you go to pour them, you can never
you can't gauge,
especially when it's first being opened.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any, forgiveness on that. It's like as soon as you start to tip it, it starts coming out.
Well,
so that one's just perfect. Though.
And occasionally I'll use one of those pour spouts.
Yeah.
And you can't use a pour spout on those.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
makes it nice just to be able to pour and not spill anything anywhere.
Right.
And sometimes
speaking of pour spouts, have you guys seen the old elk pour spout that they sell?
No.
It is sweet. I'll have to bring that up. But I don't know where you buy it. You must have to buy it at their distillery or something or online. But I see people who have the old elk bottles. Yeah. And first off, their old elk bottles are badass because the cork is almost like it looks like it's an elk antler almost.
Yeah.
I've got one over here somewhere. It's sitting right over there by the 1792. And it's where
are they located?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's located on his counter.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it's over here on the tray. But yeah, I think I've got reach. Yeah. All right.
You guys are so mobile.
Yeah.
I want to break a sweat watching you move around down here.
So it's, I think Indiana is where it's distilled. So it's, but they're Fort Collins, Colorado. So it's an MGP, I'm sure. But then it's,
that is a cool bottle, though.
Yeah, but they have a cool topper. It's like a metal or like a pewter almost looking top that goes on that looks like an elk, and then it's a pour spout basically.
I like breaking everything, dude.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I like this. On the nose, I get a lot of caramel.
Yeah,
which I love. I always love anything that smells like caramel because I'm fat and I like the sweets. If you listen to our show, you know that. On the taste, you get that. You can tell it's high octane. I kind of wish you would have told me so I could have guessed, because I would have guessed this at about 110 proof.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't even think about that.
No, it's fine. Just
we haven't played that game yet.
No, we haven't.
We always do it just because we tend to hit record and start drinking and not look anything up. We don't look at the bottle a lot of times. We'll be drinking. What is this anyway? What are we drinking?
Well, a lot of the swill we have doesn't have the.
Well, that's true too.
The alcohol percentage on it.
That's one thing I do like about your guys' show, Buckhorn Podcast, by the way, is that you guys do some crazy bourbons and whiskeys and just gross stuff and good stuff and like a good mixture.
Well, I feel like, your listeners come here because you're the Bourbon Hunters. We are a couple idiots that have bourbon and whiskey.
Well, I don't know that we're not idiots.
But you're bourbon idiots. We're just idiots.
That's all right.
But the show didn't start out as a bourbon show. It started out as we're just going to sit and talk about whatever, and it's morphed into this bourbon and beer show which is more bourbon.
And then you
beer,
cover other stuff too, which is cool.
Yeah, it's just general chit chat, and then we just figure out stuff to.
That's kind of how we are too, except for it's all bourbon based so far. Do you guys listen to the Bourbon Road? I think I've heard you guys talk about that.
I started.
Well, you know the bourbon bullshitter thing that they always say.
Yeah.
We're just bourbon. So I sent them a bourbon bullshitter shirt. So the guy wore it and tagged me. And,
nice.
Instagram was pretty cool.
I told Randy that I was going to change the name of the show from. It's to the Bourbon Bullshitters, brought to you by the Buckhorn Podcast.
I mean, Bourbon Bullshitters, I think, is starting to be a thing.
It is.
It is.
That's all we do. I like this. What was the price point on this?
$75.
Okay.
And it's a pick. It's a barrel pick, and it's cask strength. So I'm okay with that.
The price is right then.
Yeah, and it says here, tasting notes on the nose, sweet oak, apricot, butterscotch, caramel.
I still don't know what an apricot is.
I don't either.
Every time I read that, I have no clue.
I tasted this last night, and Trina, when I said that, she's like, "Oh, apricot. Okay, yeah, I can see that." I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
I'm
getting caramel and baking spice, brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
So it does say light spice at the end, and then taste. On the taste, it says caramel, citrus, apricot, dark cherry, and butterscotch.
Citrus. That's where that zing is coming from.
And then the finish is caramel, dark honey, and a touch of rye spice.
No, that zings the alcohol content.
Oh, okay.
Or the rye. Could be the rye, too.
Well, it's definitely, you can definitely taste the rye in this one.
Mm-hmm. This is a good drink the more you have of it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I drank of this last night, I agree. It grew on me with each drink.
No, I'm with you on that. Oh, yeah, you're going to add a little water?
Oh, you guys add your little
We do whatever we want, so deal with it.
No, I'm fine. To be honest, a cask strength is a good way to, a good one to start with when you're adding some water to them, I think.
I'll say, though.
That's good. That's good with water.
Is it?
It really
really
opens
good.
it up.
I'll give it a roll.
Just do a drop because I did a little much.
I saw you were a little harder on the pour there.
Even though this is cast strength, it's definitely not overwhelming.
No.
It's not overwhelming. It's not something that now if you're new to a bourbon whiskey,
Yeah, this would probably bite you in the
that's like
ass.
that's like giving somebody who's never had anything moonshine.
That Angel Envy that we did on the last
cast,
show,
yeah.
on our show, that was cast strength. So I'd had that before already. I got screwed on a $40 glass of that shit.
What's a $200 bottle of bourbon?
Oh, I know, but if I'd known it was $40 a glass, I wouldn't have got it. But
You're right. The water
mellows
changes
it,
that a
right?
lot.
Yeah.
Mellows it real nice. Yeah, it's good.
It's real
changes
smooth.
that.
Now I have a 90 proof version of that's not a barrel pick in there as well.
And I bet that would be nice to sip on.
Well, I bet it is if it's anything like this. But this is a single barrel. That's a blend. So
Yeah, it's
I
going
don't
to
know
be a totally
if that.
different
Yeah,
profile.
it might be a completely different expression. Yeah,
It should be, anyway.
yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason I think. We've talked about this before, but I feel like that's the whole reason people do these barrel picks is so that they can do something a little different than what you find on the shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
And it gives you a little bit of a way to be artistic in a sense because you can, pick your palate, your profile.
Well, and I've seen other people where they'll buy a single barrel bottle and then do their own blends. So they'll take like another single barrel from a different barrel and then blend the two together and try to come up with their own whatever signature version of it for their house.
So
You can make it over there?
you guys do
get some
donuts.
burps.
What would you give on the donuts on this?
On the
Woodinville.
so for those
So-
who aren't Buckhorn podcast listeners, we do 1 to 5 donuts in half scale increments. For us, anything a 4 and above is insane.
Yeah.
Go get it. Go out of your way to get it. Go to another state and get it. Anything 2 to 3, 3.5, buy it. 1 to 1.5, run from it. So
Yeah, don't bother. But so is this available in Ohio?
that was my question.
Well, I mean, I bought it online.
Okay, so then
And Woodinville Normal, the 90
So you got
proof
the
is
shit-
available in Ohio.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
so you can get, and you ordered this to Ohio, so you can get it.
Yeah, so there's like 4 or 5 places I found that will ship
Okay.
to Ohio, even though you're not legally supposed to. One of those is Mash and Grape. One of those is Selbach. Another one is Sip Whiskey. And there's a fourth one that I use, and I can't remember what it is. But they'll give you
Pornhub.
and Pornhub. Pornhub ships to Ohio as well.
Okay. I'd easily give this a 3. I would purchase this. I would buy it. Like it's on the buy list.
I am also going to give this a 3. That was the number popped in my head. This, for me, would be something I want to buy, but I would not give to just anybody. It'd be for guys like you that know
Would
good
appreciate
bourbon.
it a little bit, yeah.
My buddies that prefer Jack Honey with Diet Coke, I'm not giving this.
And anybody
That's
who
fair.
drinks Blanton's
That's
and
fair.
Coke doesn't deserve this either.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys like that picture I sent you? I
Blanton's
sent them.
and Coke?
Yeah.
I sent it to you on, I think I did on Facebook Messenger.
If I did, I
Somebody
miss
on
it.
an
Sometimes
Ohio-
I come on and there's like 30 messages, and I'm like, "Fuck, what did I miss?" Because I don't have messenger notifications come on because if I do, like that's how my mom will text me stupid shit all the time, and like
Block her.
my older my
friend.
older relatives will send me stuff through Messenger, and it's always like videos of stupid shit.
It's like the forward.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and I just so I turned it off a long time ago. You guys are the only reason I check my Messenger daily.
Oh,
for the
honestly.
stupid shit that we
For
send.
but I like that conversation. That's okay because it's the stupid
text
shit I
version
enjoy.
of our show.
I'm almost certain that dude has said no less than 4 times throughout since we started this. What did I get myself into?
Yeah.
I should add. We should add Tyler.
Yeah,
to that,
we'll
just so
add
he can-
Tyler onto
Is
it.
it the Facebook Messenger? Or
Yeah,
the
Facebook
Instagram?
Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Are you hearing Tyler at all?
Yeah, I hear him.
I'm just not talking.
What am I? Oh, I'm pulling that. That's why. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are hearing him. 'Cause- Okay.
All right.
I turned him down a little bit because he was redlining over there.
That's a good buy, though. I like that.
Yeah, that's good. I like
It
that.
does
I would-
it does have that rye bite.
So 3 and 3 for you. Now on our scale, what would you say?
It's a shelf. I don't know. It's a hunt.
I would say it's a hunt for me only because it's a barrel pick,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't be able to get that on a shelf.
Well, is that
But
really
I-
a hunt though?
No, I know. So I was going to continue on.
He hunted online.
Well,
like a
it's
shelf and a
the
half.
club that I belong to. It's Bourbon
Shelf and a
Enthusiast.
half.
Right, yeah.
Shelf and a half. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. Shelf and a half. No,
So it's
I'd
like
hunt
a
it only
3.5?
because I like it, and I know that you wouldn't be able to find that expression anywhere else.
Well, here's the thing. Does that have any markings on it that tells you which one it is? Because, like, Jefferson's Ocean or, like, the
Which one? What it is?
Well, it's a single barrel, right?
Yeah, it's got the batch number and the barrel number
That's
on
what
it.
I mean. So,
yeah,
it'd be hard to get that exact one again, right?
That's
or
what
could be.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. So that's why I ordered 2. With Bourbon Enthusiast, whenever they've come out with stuff lately, I've ordered 2. They did a double oaked Woodford Reserve. I ordered 2 of those because I love Woodford Reserve double oaked anyway.
Yeah, we're fans of that.
Yeah.
So I ordered 2 of those, knowing that, and honestly, I had to put that in my storage shelf because I was going through that so fast. I was like, holy shit, I better put this away.
Well, see, no, what you need to do is go buy another bottle of Double Oak from just Giant Eagle, and then fill up the old bottle with Double Oak, and then you just continuously.
Yeah.
It's like an infinity.
Actually, when you go to Giant Eagle, buy 2 bottles, do that with one, then send us the other.
I see. That's fair. Well, you come by enough to drop off stuff that I can just give it to you. I don't have to ship it and waste money on shipping.
If you call me and say I'm going to give you bourbon, I'll come up here. If
you haven't noticed the trend, every time you've come by, I've given you either a sample or a
we did our last episode
Kinsey
of your
Dram.
samples.
Yeah, so
I bought a whole bottle of a new whiskey I'd never heard of. And the dude's like, here's 4 samples. And we was like, there we go. We're doing that instead. So now.
So
I feel like if you're coming out of your way to drop something off to me, I'm not going to just let you leave empty-handed.
I'd let him leave empty-handed.
I
That's
appreciate
fair.
it.
That's
But-
fair.
So let's talk about the one sample that we did, and that was the Woodford.
Did we bring
Yes.
down the? Did we bring down the?
Oh, you didn't bring down the special. Do we need to pause and go get it? The one that I
Well,
brought?
you guys can keep talking, and I'll
Go get it?
I'll go grab it real quick.
Well,
Okay.
we want, but we
Well,
want your
you need to
reaction
be
on
here
this.
for
Okay.
this.
Well, I'll
for
wait.
this one.
I'll wait till after the story's over,
So,
and then I'll let you introduce the Virgil Kaine.
all right. So there was one bottle that you gave us out of the 4. It was the Woodford, right?
And we saved it for
We saved it for the end. I'm like, shit, it's Woodford. I'm going to go
It's
for
Woodford. It's
Oh, the brandy cask.
Yes, we
it. That
were
was
excited.
not good.
We did not
We
like
were
it.
not fans of that one.
We enjoyed it, but I think it was because we did all Woodford that
Okay.
day, and I think because I've visited the Woodford Reserve brandy cask before, hated it, and then had it at another time and loved it.
So what you're saying is we need to drink more of your Woodford, and we'll like it.
Well, it was
I
like
honestly think that sometimes the brandy cask stuff, the stuff that's in finished barrels, for me, is hit and miss. And it's hit and
That's
miss.
fair.
It's hit and miss on the day. So, like, I'll try something and be like, oh, this is great. And then the next day I'll be excited about trying it, and it'll be terrible.
Depends on what time of the month it is for you.
And I mean, if I'm on my period, then it just changes
It's like
my
you
entire
crave
chemistry.
chocolate more.
that-
You crave,
your pH balance is out of whack.
It must be. But there's an example of one over here. Like, so he got me Isaac Bowman when he was in North Carolina or South Carolina or whatever. And
Isaac Bowman's actually a person tied up here in the basement. That's
yes,
not a whiskey.
bring out the gimp. So he brought that back. I had it the night he got it. Loved it. Tried it again the next night. Didn't like it. And then I tried it again later, and I liked it again. So it's I don't know what
I've
it
had
is.
that multiple times.
That could happen
The
too.
Isaac
'cause there are
Bowman or the
times-
same experience?
No,
for you?
just like stuff like that with booze all the time.
yeah. It's weird for me
I'll
because
pour a glass and I'll be like, should not have done that. Revisit it, and I'm like,
But if you
I
keep
wonder what
drinking
happened.
it, eventually
Yeah.
you won't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another example that's the barrel bourbon that I did. That was another Bourbon Enthusiast.
you didn't like that.
I didn't like it, and then I've revisited it because the guy from Knows Your Bourbon said, "Oh, I really like that." So I revisited it. I was like, "Damn, this is good."
Yeah,
Yeah, for us
So-
it was it. Now the first bourbon I ever had was Woodford Reserve.
yeah.
My
Same.
buddy Sean,
Regular or the double
Yeah,
oak?
just the regular. My buddy Sean's a big Woodford guy, so I've grown to love all things Woodford. I think it's a good, solid buy for the price. I mean, for what is it, $34 for the regular Woodford?
Yeah, I think so.
It's real cheap. The double oaked, I think, is fantastic. But that day we had those 4 samples, and we loved every single one. We saved the Woodford for last, and I've never had anything about a brandy cask. We talked about that on our show. We don't know if that's what it was, but there was something that it just didn't hold up to the other 3 that day.
And
both of us felt the same way, and it was disappointing.
And I did it in a specific order because, I wanted to make sure that, that Woodford ended up last. Like, I'm like, okay, so we'll do this Angel Envy because I've had that one and he hasn't. So, and then we did the Noble Oak, then I'm blanking on it.
I am too.
And then whatever it was, then the Woodford. And it was just like, we were like going down this road like 3.5, 4s, 3.5, 4s, go out, go get it. And then we got the Woodford and we're like,
man, it was just such
2.
a letdown. Yeah. It was like, you can try it if you want, but we're not going to recommend it.
Yeah.
And it was hard to, like, we struggled with it because we both wanted, we saved it for last.
Oh, the disappointment just sucked all the air out of the room.
Have either of you two had the IW Harper 15 year?
No.
No.
It's been a while since I've been able to grab it, but that is one of my favorites. It sucks because it's like a $70 bottle.
That's in my price
It's
limit.
it's not really sought after by a lot of people, but it's not really prevalent in Columbus.
So I need to travel more. I don't leave the house. Like, I go to work, I go to the gym, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere else. And right now I don't even go to work. So
You're down in Lancaster?
yeah, down that way.
Lancaster.
Yeah, I pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Oh, see?
It's fine.
He admits he pronounced it wrong.
Well, in Ohio it's pronounced wrong. In Pennsylvania it's Lancaster.
Yeah,
Lancaster.
that's true.
Because
That's where
it's named for two different
That's where my
reasons.
aunt lives.
Well, it's
Or aunt.
Well, I grew up in Michigan where we have
Auntie.
Mackinac, Ypsilanti.
Yeah.
Like
You grew up where?
Ypsilanti.
In Michigan?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to scroll back through our conversation to find out what the other bourbon was. And holy shit, I have missed so much stuff in here.
yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
literally come in. You'll come in and reply to some like the last two messages, but you have missed conversations.
Did you like the Jennifer Aniston one though?
I probably did. I don't remember. Dude. Oh yes, yes I did. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
I thought that was great.
All right. So
let's.
you wanna-
Yeah, let's let me and Tyler have a little.
yeah, you guys go for that, and you tell us what you think
Now,
about that
from
one.
what I can tell, what you're about to have, you cannot get any longer.
Oh, really?
From
Well,
what I
that's
can
disappointing.
tell, so it is. I'm looking
No, you're
now.
not talking about the Virgil Kaine. You're talking about the blind.
Talking about the
Right.
yeah,
The
this blind tasting.
This is one that I brought dude as a gift, and he said, "What's this?" And I said, "Don't worry about it."
Just
And I
Blind.
left.
it's
So that scares me a little.
it's not a bottle of
Are
piss.
you ready?
It's not. Yeah, I did not urinate in that.
Well, if you did, you need to go to the doctor.
Not too heavy.
I mean, it's not.
too heavy.
Let's not joke about that because it's not that far off. He said not too heavy.
Well, one thing that our last podcast together,
Yeah.
he just pours these like heavy pours. Let me look at yours.
Oh, I saw the
yeah.
one. I saw the one where
1 to 2 ounces
That's
isn't a
right.
heavy pour.
No, but like
Well, the funny thing was
That's
is
like
when
a
we were
half-ounce
doing that,
pour.
when he goes, "Hey, last time you poured a little heavy, this time don't." So I started doing this, and then he just kept asking for refill after refill after
I watched
refill.
part of one. Well, the one we were recording.
Yeah.
Because
That
I
was
was
the
looking at you
one.
guys on Zoom, and I'm like, yeah, it's a light pour. You just have 15 of them instead
Right.
of 4.
So
Yeah.
it ends up being the exact same.
Yeah.
well, no, but I want to be able to like taste and kind of rate.
And then get a refill and taste,
test-
and then rate, and then
you
get
know,
a refill.
bourbon number 4 and 5 instead of being shit faced by the time I get to
Fair
this.
enough.
Yeah.
Which he was
Okay.
shit faced by the time he was done anyway.
Right.
I like
I'm trying to-
I like the nuttiness.
Yeah.
I haven't even visited it yet.
I'm trying to pull up apparently, maybe you can still get this, but I'll explain later after
See,
you guys.
I feel like it's young just from the color, but I could be way off. But then I take it to my nose,
Low
and I
proof.
feel like I'm getting some oak. I don't know if you're getting that or not. So I don't know if that's
Well, yeah, but I'm also getting
Maybe
like
it's
a nut.
maybe it's a
a nut.
finish. It could be
Yeah.
a finish.
Low proof. Low proof.
Are you recording our reaction?
I'm trying to pull up a webpage for it.
He's trying to find a review.
So now, no, I'm trying to see if it's still available. It is still available.
It's definitely. I feel like it's definitely low proof, and after doing the Woodinville, it almost doesn't even taste like liquor.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm going to guess it's
So
somewhere in the
we should
90 to
have-
93 range at the most.
Okay.
That's my guess.
It is 90 proof.
Okay.
Spot on.
All right, sweet. I was
It's
going to
definitely
say
lower proof than. Maybe we should have you start with this so you don't have anything like to compare it to.
that's all right, but no, that gives me a barometer. So
I've also found out that now they have a single barrel bottle of this particular, and you can only get this in Tennessee.
and
This is
you
very
can-
unique. Is it a bourbon or just a whiskey?
it's a whiskey.
It is a straight bourbon whiskey.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
oh, it's a bourbon whiskey.
see, I wasn't wrong.
Okay.
You're right. Everything's a whiskey.
Everything's a whiskey.
We talked about that several times.
This distillery also does a Bananas Foster infused whiskey.
They do.
You're
a
being
cinnamon
serious right
whiskey.
now?
That
Yes.
sounds insane.
They do a cinnamon whiskey. They do a blackberry whiskey. They do a peach whiskey.
And this is a straight
Or
bourbon whiskey.
Sorry, they're not all whiskeys. They do different.
So it's at least 2 years old if it's a straight bourbon whiskey. So that's good.
Actually, I take that back. It's just a.
I'll say they're not all. They do different flavored spirits. They do a lot.
Actually, I don't know what it is.
What, this?
I'll explain.
It
no.
may be a cream. The Banana Foster.
Gotcha.
Banana Foster.
This is interesting.
I fucking love banana.
Did you ever
Foster.
buy the Buffalo Cream, by the way? Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream?
Yeah, I got a bottle of that for my uncle, but I got that and the he wants that Winter Jack Daniel's Winter Jack cider. He loves that crap. So.
That sounds terrible to me.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just it's a cider. It's not a whiskey.
I can't drink Jack Daniels anymore. Like, it just tastes so disgusting.
I can do the other stuff, like the single barrel and the other stuff like that.
I'm not like a snob about it. I haven't had
Gentleman Jack and single barrel. I can do okay.
I've not had the single barrel. And there's a single barrel select, right?
I can go to Beam.
Oh, yeah, I like Beam.
I should have brought you some Beam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have something special or just some regular Beam?
Beam 5-star.
Oh, really?
8-star.
Or 8-star, sorry.
Yeah, we
it is 8-star.
Yeah. It's only like $1.99 for...
That's the stuff that you bought. That's what I thought this was going to be.
No.
That shit.
It's not that.
This is not that.
This is a really unique taste, though.
I can't... It's got some good flavor to it, for sure.
Yeah.
Now that I'm actually getting more flavors of that and getting past the low proof.
It has like a pear finish.
So far you've got that it is 90 proof. You nailed that. That's impressive after having
a really short finish.
I can't tell if it's
but I'm getting like a floral or pear, apricot finish. Does it give the notes?
Not what I pulled up, and I have crap cell service now. Do you have a review of it, Martelle?
No, I was trying to find a review.
You can jump on my Wi-Fi. It's Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer.
I was trying to find a review, and I can't find a review for it anymore. Or at least the one that we had when we originally...
Well, here's the thing. This is not something you can go get just any store. So it may not have the kind of reviews we're used to.
Yeah. All right. I think I got some vanilla or caramel on it, maybe. But I don't know for sure. It's...
Now, let me tell you this. It was only about $25.
That doesn't matter to me, just because I think...
Well, it matters to us because...
that could change your rating, potentially.
Right, that's what I mean.
But as far as, I've had some $17 bourbons, like that Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Yeah, that's true.
That's,
phenomenal.
Great. And
Ancient Age.
Ancient Age is another one.
The price point, I think, is insane.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I like it.
I like it. I don't know that I would... It's not amazing. It's not jumping out into my mouth as a complex type of amazing bourbon, but it's mellow and it's good. I could easily see just drinking it on a nightly
basis, but...
I probably wouldn't go as high as say it could be a daily, but I could say that it's something that I wouldn't be upset about.
So it's a 2-year.
Okay.
From Tennessee. Tennessee
Legend Distillery.
That's what
Who started off... As you guys have talked, some distillers start off making gins or vodkas to get rolling.
Yeah.
They're moonshine. They're down there in Sevierville, which is, you go through Sevierville to get to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, where Old Smoky is, and Sugar Lands, and all those moonshine distilleries. So they are primarily, they started off doing the moonshine, the flavored moonshine, the liqueurs, the creams. But they aged us for 2 years, and it is called Kingsnake. So it's Tennessee Legend Kingsnake. There's the bottle.
Send me that picture so I can post it.
And then they now they have a single barrel, which they didn't have when I was there last year.
This year you'll
did you get this when you went down
you
to...
can only buy it at their distillery.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll have to get that.
So it's really cool. It's right off the main drag as you're entering Sevierville, Tennessee, if you're going from Ohio.
Like towards Nashville?
And
or is that towards Memphis?
Nashville's other side. Gatlinburg.
Oh, Gatlinburg. That's it. Okay.
But yeah, I went in there. I was trying to find anything Virgil Kaine or anything we couldn't get back here that we could talk to.
Yeah.
And as we're leaving town, I said, well, there's a distillery. Let's see what they have. I walk in, it's all moonshine, and that's all good and dandy. I've had different moonshines and flavored moonshines, and I saw this 2-year, so I know it was young, straight bourbon whiskey. So I brought it back, and Martelle actually did a blind taste test on it, and he liked it too. And I was just impressed for the fact that it's only 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so cheap.
So
how much I like it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and a lot of the bourbon podcasts I listen to say it doesn't matter how long you age it. If your white dog or your mash bill or your process is shit, you can't mask that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, by the end, the longer it sits in the barrel, the longer the barrel has an effect and influence on the flavor. But at the same time, if your mash bill is not good, it's not going to matter. So that just tells me that they probably have a pretty good mash bill. And it might gain some complexity when you add a cask strength, to it, or a single barrel, or a little more age to it too. So I I like it. Yeah, it's good.
So how would you guys rate that one then on your scale?
Well, I'd say for me it's a shelf for sure. It's not a pass. Have we even had any passes yet?
Not really.
I mean, the ones we would say passes we haven't done on the show. I've had some passes for sure, like during the 13 Days of Bourbon that we did.
We'll send you some.
Yeah,
we will send you some.
Well, I said we had to do some really low grade stuff just to reground ourselves because we were doing.
Yeah,
no, that's a good idea, and it resets your palate anyway. It lets you start
it reset
appreciating
a lot of
stuff.
it
Reset your colon,
my mojo, my aura.
Flora
and
and fauna.
For those of you listening who are Bourbon Hunters followers at the Buckworm Podcast, we just taste whatever we feel like tasting. We talk about what we feel like talking about, and Martelle just told me, I got two things, and we're going to take ourselves back and stay humble, and did not give me any warning. And we tried mixing it with Dr. Pepper.
Oh, it was so
It
bad.
made it worse. It ruined Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
I don't drink pop ever.
So-
unless I'm mixing.
I've got a question.
something.
When you guys go out on a night of drinking, and it's not like a neat night, like you actually mix it with something. So, for example, back when I was in college, Jack and Coke, Beam and Coke, whatever, we would always do that, rum and Coke. And then the next day, you're just hungover. You need to go get some food. So you go to like Wendy's, McDonald's, something just greasy to kind of fill you up with a nice cheesy burger or something, greasy and everything, and some fries. And then you get a pop. Or a soda, a Coke, whatever you call it. Every time I say pop, people look at me. I don't know why I say pop. What do you guys say? Coke?
I say soda.
You say pop? Okay,
I
soda.
say pop
Okay.
because we're in Ohio.
Right. Or a lot of people in Ohio just say Coke, whether it's Pepsi, RC, Coke,
They're
whatever.
wrong.
Really?
that's wrong
I
as
have
fuck.
never
Yeah.
run in now in
That's
the
what
South.
in the
That's
South.
South.
Yeah. So anyway, the next day when you have that, when the night before you were doing like whatever's in Coke,
Oh, yeah, you'll instantly taste liquor.
no, you instantly think, oh, this is flat. Or it's like, because it's missing
It tastes
something.
different, yeah.
It's just like you're missing something. The only place that I found that doesn't do that is when you go to McDonald's. Their Coke is
Out of
so
the-
much better because they add they have their own
Cocaine.
recipe of Coke,
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they have their own recipe
McDonald's
of
has
Coke.
their own, Coke.
So-
it's like their own product.
There's their Coke recipe, and then there's the McDonald's version of that Coke recipe.
Is it only for McDonald's?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't
They have
know
their-
this.
they have
So
their
when you
own
leave
brand.
here, go get a small Coke from McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King, and you will be able to tell the difference in the McDonald's.
It's got a little extra like caramel or something in it. Honestly.
Well, it's so fucking good.
They put the cocaine back in it.
Yeah. Seriously,
That's
they have
what it
to.
is.
Honestly, so they have their own little wing in the. They used to be a customer of mine at my old company a while ago,
Yeah.
and they have their own little section in McDonald's or in the Coke factory in Atlanta.
Huh.
So like, there's a McDonald's specific, portion of
They
it.
should bottle that shit.
They don't need to. They want you going
And
to
that's
their
what I'm saying.
drive-thrus.
There's a reason they don't. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you're
People
there for
come
that
by
Coke,
for 99 cents and pick up a 32 or 64 ounce Coke.
gallon of Coke.
I honestly, I've been drinking diet for a long time, for a while now.
I can't.
Yeah, diet's all I drink
Well,
now. I don't drink regular
so-
Coke anymore.
Which is weird. I'm the fattest guy here, and I'm like, ew, you guys drink pop?
No, so
Nasty.
I usually only drink water, but if I'm in the mood for something, it's always Coke Zero Cherry, then
do
Coke
that.
Zero, and then diet.
The artificial sweeteners where it tastes really off to me. Like any artificial sweetener.
I hear you, but you get used to it. It takes a little bit, but you get used. So have you
Yeah, you
tried?
can do that with meth too. I'm not going to do it though.
Have you tried Barks Diet Root Beer Vanilla?
No, I hate vanilla in pop.
So what I do, when you go to the places where you can choose your own shit,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
Coke
the
machine,
buttons and all that.
I do half Diet Root Beer and half Diet Vanilla Root Beer, and it's amazing.
The Coke Zero out of those machines sucks.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
always get
what
the
it
mixture
is.
a little wrong.
I don't know what it
on
is,
those,
but it's
yeah.
disgusting to me.
Coke Zero is
It's the
disgusting.
Coke
I
Zero.
love Coke
That's what it
Zero.
is.
Zero is great.
Ugh.
So what are you guys doing right now? I know that Ohio is starting to lift up some of their restrictions in this COVID bullshit, but what I know, Tyler, did you just go fishing?
Yes,
Like 2
I
days
went
ago?
up to Sandusky
Yeah.
and did some white bass fishing. That was the first time I've done something like that. We got
Racist.
some waders.
What did you get anything?
Yeah, we had, between me and my buddy, we had 10.
That's where he got his socks.
Yeah.
White bass socks.
Is that what those are?
No.
I don't know.
I've done river fishing before, out of a kayak or just kind of, wading knee deep. But this was, I was basically belly button deep the whole time.
Now, did you have on the rubber waders?
Yep.
Yeah,
that was the first time I've done that. There's probably
Do you fly fish for bass?
No, I want to get into that, but one, it's not cheap and it's hard.
It looks like a lot
So is this
of
in a
work.
stream then?
So it's the Sandusky River, and we are like in Fremont, a little bit south of Sandusky. Water's so cold as shit.
When was that?
This week?
Yeah,
2 days ago?
Yeah.
I was up in Milan, just south of Sandusky, 2 days ago for work. Probably right next to each other.
We left the house about 5:30. Got up there in the river, like all set in the river by 8. There was probably 5 other people. Now, when we left around noon, there was probably 20-some in the river. I think either the water was too cold or the run was done, because usually you can go and pull out like 40. We only had 10 combined, which it was okay. It's not my favorite. Like,
do you keep or were you cooking?
Those we kept, and my buddy is going to flay them and eat them up.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of easy. It's just like a lazy.
Relaxing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's nice that you're just kind of like, there's no challenge to it.
I like fishing. I just don't get to do it very often. The last time I went fishing was for sharks in Hilton Head.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
It was cool. Yeah.
Brag.
We caught some. Yeah.
We went kayak fishing.
Caught a stingray too.
We went over to
Weird
the
flex again, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a couple bass. It was easy. Well, I caught a shark.
I caught a fucking stingray.
And a stingray.
We went over to Prairie Oaks.
Yeah.
Put the kayaks in there. Had no luck, which is weird because I've had luck there pretty easily before. But it was a warm, really, really sunny morning, 6 a.m. So it's just the one thing about fishing, and I've been hunting once before, actually twice. Like, there's just never a bad day fishing. Like, you could catch nothing, and you're just still, like, enjoying yourself. Like, you don't have to be, quiet. You don't have to not move. Like, it's just relaxing.
Question to everyone. A river runs through it. You guys like it?
Hadn't seen it in probably 100 years.
I remember liking it when I saw it, but I was probably like 15 when I saw it.
I don't know what that is.
It's a movie with Brad Pitt and a whole bunch Tom Skerritt. And
I remember they do a lot of fly fishing.
It's about fly fishing.
Yeah.
It's in like Minnesota or somewhere in there.
Minnesota.
But it's like World War I-ish time frame.
Do you guys hunt? Either of you two hunt?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to it.
Well, yeah.
I'm not like an avid hunter, but yes, I do hunt.
My brother-in-law's super and father-in-law is super into hunting. On the way back from North Carolina, we stopped at their camp in West Virginia, and they were doing turkey hunting. And my brother-in-law was bow hunting for turkey, and I sat in the blind with him. I filmed everything because that's what he's getting into, is filming all of his hunts and doing all that. So I sat there.
Is that Moxie?
So I sat there and filmed it. But that was the first time I've ever been turkey hunting. Really cool experience. The turkey was came up 10 feet from us, crossed over the fence line, went over the decoys. He missed an inch over top of it. But other than that, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
I
would rather hunt than fish myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just can't. I went up to Lake Erie a few years back with my bunch of extended family, and we fished for yellow perch.
Yeah.
Awesome time, great day. We all caught a decent amount of perch. The guy told us it was going to be a bad day for it. But we did. It was our first time out, and we were just there together, and none of us are really fishermen, you know?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, and I've just never gone back. It doesn't draw me to it.
I think when you're, there's some, crappie fishing, perch, white bass, walleye, doing the runs for the walleye and stuff they're just so easy that it's just it's boring. When you go to try to fish for, some bigger bass or, muskie or pike, and you're hoping to get just one, or catching a big muskie or something like that is like getting a fat turkey or
something
or a 12-point buck.
You can take your toe off.
Yeah,
I grew up on the Ohio River, and you're getting catfish that are freaking humongous because they're sitting in the bottom of the river and they just get huge. So you just have to, put some weights on that line, let it get all the way to the bottom, and you pull up some freaking catfish that are ridiculous.
Down by where at on the Ohio River?
Near Marietta,
okay,
Belpre area.
So I was up further near Liverpool and Steubenville, and the locks there.
Oh, I bet they collect a ton in that area.
The catfish are 4 foot long, 5 foot long.
Yeah.
I mean, there was even reports of ones as big as Volkswagens when they were building the locks, like the guys that were welding underwater.
Well, we would catch some big ones, but we were at an area where the river's deep, so they just sit down there and they get old feeders, and they get big. So
we used to do that we had a lake house up north, and the lake house set off of a man-made canal off the lake, and at nighttime we would just throw out hot dogs on the line with a little bell, sit by the fire, and you hear ting, 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 and then you just reel them in, and that was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Get drunk, and catch catfish.
That's what we do over at my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
We just go back to he's got an 1.5 acre pond full of bass, catfish, and bluegill, and
that's nice.
you just throw an empty hook out there and they'll hit it.
Yeah.
So I have a question. How do you get them in there to begin with? So
You buy them.
You buy them and stock and then you just leave them alone for a year or two, or what do you do?
How about that? I mean, you can start fishing them right then and there. He went to a fish livery, and they backed up a truck, and they just opened it up and
dump them in there for you.
Dumped them in. He also bought.
Now, do they test your pond to make sure it's anything?
They don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah.
No, he bought buckets of bluegills, like 5-gallon buckets are sealed, and he just walk in and just dump them in. And
tadpoles in there, poles, salamanders, things like that every year for food for them, minnows.
Yeah.
But I mean, naturally they'll start to get that stuff anyway, right? I mean, they'll start to get some.
Yes. Yeah. But then you can also do things like try to plant cattails, lily pads for cover. You can put down, like if you have old pine trees that you're just cutting down, go throw one in there. It's good. That's good coverage for some of the smaller fish to live, so they're not just
hunted the entire time.
Yeah. The one thing he needs to do, he did all that. Like he used
1.5 acres big. Like that's a good sized pond.
Yeah, it's a huge ass pond. But he took like the big culverts, like the big plastic culverts, and like sunk some of them in there. The one thing he needs to do is aerate the pond, so he needs to get some movement, the water movement in there, just so it gets a little mucky and stagnant. I wonder if he could try to
see if drill down to spring feed it or anything like that.
No, because I don't want that shit in my yard. Because his pond's far enough back that the overflow
would come into yours.
Would come into my yard, and I don't need that. That mess in my yard.
Did he make it himself?
Yeah, he had it built.
That shit's not cheap.
1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. No, it wasn't cheap. And he's talking about putting in a second retaining pond that this one overflows to.
Gotcha.
So to have, I mean, he's got 9 acres. I've got 5. Nice. He's got 9 acres. Yeah. So
all this is great, but I'm sitting here with an empty glass.
Yeah, you are.
And I think we've got some Virgil Kaine sitting on deck that I've been excited. I've actually held off to drink this.
I was surprised that this was still sealed when we got here.
Yeah, I was honestly holding off because I figured that we would do this together at some point.
So this is Virgil Kaine Rip Track. It's a bourbon. Now, I haven't had this one. The Rip Track I have is a high rye, and it's not called Rip Track. They used the same label and called it something else. So this is 90 proof. It's out of South Carolina, and Virgil Kaine has become one of my favorite whiskeys.
Our favorite.
And you can't get it in Ohio.
You cannot get it in Ohio. I have tried. You can't have it. I can't find a place that'll ship it to Ohio. I have reached out to them on numerous occasions about sending me a bottle.
So is that the same label as their high rye?
Yes.
So I wonder if they just changed it to be called Rip Track and it's a high rye.
But they don't use the high rye.
Oh, it's not?
High rye, I don't believe, is made anymore.
Well, I wonder if it's just a new name. But you don't think it's the same mash bill?
No, I don't think it's the same mash bill. Because this says bourbon whiskey, and high rye is a rye.
It's a rye whiskey.
Oh, it's an actual rye.
Yeah, it's a rye whiskey.
It's not the 51.
I'll just hand that over to you. So I don't know what to expect from this one, but from everything else that I have had from Virgil Kaine, there has been zero disappointment.
Yeah, when we talk about our rating system, like 4 and above, Virgil Kaine's, I think the only one, that and Two Bitch and Catoctin are the only ones that have been 4 and above, if I remember right.
Yeah. Catoctin was a 4. I think we gave it a 4.5, and 2 bitches, it's easily... See, that's that stupid bottle.
Now, if we were at Martelle's, see, he would have wiped it up. Martelle licked it off the table. If he spills Virgil, Kaine, or 2 Bits or Catoctin, it gets licked off the table.
Yeah, that's it.
The problem is my son and his girlfriend sit down here. I don't know what I'd be licking besides the bourbon. She's a senior in high school. He's a 15-year-old. So that doesn't go well, I'm sure.
So, and I did pull up the attributes for this.
It smells so good.
So, on the nose, it should be oak, orange, and butterscotch.
I get the butterscotch, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
It's that
orange, too.
smell.
I get the orange.
I get a little bit of orange on that. And I wouldn't have picked it up if someone hadn't called it out. I would have gotten the butterscotch.
I would have got some sort of fruit. Some sort of citrus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some citrus. But I also am getting maybe butterscotch, or what did you say it was?
Oak, orange, and butterscotch.
Oh, so it is butterscotch. I'm getting the butterscotch and the orange. When I first put my nose in it, it was all citrus, and then after a couple more nosings, I got a little deeper, I think, into the butterscotch.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Maybe this is a rye. They've got, so, for whiskey lovers, this is where I'm getting this from. They have it as Virgil Kaine Rip Track.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast.
Yeah. But this doesn't say anything about it being a rye, and there's no mash information on the back of it. It's just like the story. But I'm still getting some orange and butterscotch on it, so maybe that's what this is.
Well, it wouldn't be a bourbon if it was a rye. So, I mean, a rye
could be a high rye.
It could be a high rye bourbon, but it wouldn't be a rye whiskey, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So, like, for it to be a bourbon, it has to be 51% corn. And then the secondary grain could be rye. But for it to be a rye whiskey, it needs to be 51% or higher rye.
Yeah, I need to find a review that's newer than 2018.
Yeah, so, I mean, it says on the one I'm reading, it says butterscotch, toasted oak, spicy caramel. And they said it's carefully distilled at Virgil Kaine, as opposed to the ones that are just sloppily distilled.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so I also reached out to them. That was the other thing. When I first discovered them 3 years ago, I reached out to them to find out if they were producing it themselves or if it was an MGP and never got a response from them.
Well, so all the things I'm seeing here, it says distilled location, it says undisclosed.
It says undisclosed, but on the back of the bottle it says produced and bottled by.
Well, but that doesn't mean anything. So the word produce. So the DSP, I think, is supposed to be listed on it somewhere, so it should tell you.
It should, but I can never find it on the bottle. Either way, it doesn't matter. So it's fucking good.
Yeah.
I haven't even tried it yet. I just based on Tyler's reaction.
And the fact it's from Virgil Kaine.
I think I like it. It's a little buttery on the tongue.
Yeah. It's got that creamy mouthfeel.
I had 2 sips and then let it sit. It came back.
That's what I'm getting ready to do, too.
Yeah.
Very buttery.
Yeah, I'm getting that, too.
I like this.
You know what's interesting is when I first started doing the whole bourbon thing, I didn't like rye bourbons. Or not I didn't like rye whiskeys.
Sure.
I need to go back and start visiting some rye whiskeys now because I've had a couple. I had a Woodford rye, really liked it. And something else I had that was a rye. Oh, the old Overholt I had, which is a rye. And that was decent for being a cheap, rye. So I think I might actually like ryes now. I don't know that for sure. But
I'll have to get you some of the Catoctin Creek I have. They're out of Virginia, Purcellville, Virginia.
Cool.
And that is good. So I had a buddy of mine sent me a bottle. He moved from Lancaster out to Virginia Beach and brought me back a bottle on one of his visits. And then as we were talking about him on the show, the owner caught wind of it. He's like, hey, I'll send you a bottle. So he sent us a cask strength bottle.
So it cracks me up. I mean, I'm not saying this any bad way or anything, but you guys don't have like a ton of followers, but you keep getting people.
Keep getting shit.
You know what street you're on here?
No, I'm not saying that in like a negative way. It's just funny.
I know.
Like,
it is.
Yeah.
You get people that catch wind that you've talked about them and then they send you something. We haven't gotten any of that.
Well, here's the thing. We're poor, and I can't afford to buy all these.
So we
literally on our show be like, hey, we love this. Send us stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just happens to work.
And it works.
Well,
Do
maybe
people
we need
listen and they're like, oh, yeah, I'll send you?
So I don't know if So I don't know.
Your show notes, and you just call them out. You think?
Well, in the show notes, I call them out, and
yeah.
then I put, and on Instagram, I call them out. But even on the shows, like I think we were like, hey, Catoctin Creek, we got this one version of your bottle, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I sent a message to one of their ambassadors.
Yeah.
And Justin's like, I can't do that. I can't get you a bottle. I'm like, no, sure you can. I said, I'm not paying for it. You just send it to me. I said, there's no money exchange.
You're saying you can as far as like mailing to Ohio.
Yeah.
Right,
and I said,
not that you didn't want to.
I said, you can send it to me. I said, because there's no money exchange in your distillery, so you can send it to me personally.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I can't. I can't do that. Well, then the owner, Scott, had got wind. Either he listened to the show because I called him out in the show just through show notes or whatever, and he's like, give me your address. I'm sending you a gift. And it was the cask strength.
Yeah, we didn't know we were
scared. Snow globes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and no, when the box showed up, it had a huge liquor label on the side of the box from FedEx.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, that's the funny thing. I get stuff delivered to me all the time, and it says must be signed by 21 and over, so they know it's alcohol first off. This last one that I got, you could hear it sloshing. There were 3 bottles in it. It had 2 Woodinvilles and a Traverse City barrel proof, signature edition.
Ooh, can we open that?
So
we've had the other one, just not the barrel pick.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can ship, like a company can ship to us in Ohio.
You just can't purchase and have it shipped because then it's violating commerce laws or something like that of the state.
I don't know, because I know that. So I know that FedEx has a license to ship alcohol.
Yeah.
USPS does not.
Right. You cannot do it over.
You can't do it.
Well, you can. You just can't tell them what it is.
Right. So, and it's like when Laura sent me from Two Bitch sent us the bottle. That thing showed up. It was packaged. There was no money exchange, so it didn't make one bit of difference one way or another. It was for us to review. Big label right on the side that said alcohol inside or spirits inside or something like that. Must be 21.
Well, I think you can do wine in Ohio.
You can do. Oh yeah.
So I mean, they don't necessarily have to say it's liquor. I mean.
Well, that was the other thing. I told Lauren, I'm like, I'll send you wine bottles, empty wine bottles. I said, you just fill them up and send them back to me. She's like, I can't do that. She goes, if I get caught, I'm like, it's wine.
Yeah.
Just fill them up, cork them, and send them. No big deal.
So you're saying you're sending her a wine bottle, she's sending it back with liquor.
Yeah.
That's good.
She was like, nah, we're not doing that. I'm like, damn it. So I think the next time that I'm actually...
Well, doesn't Mo have an Indiana P.O. box?
He does. But the Love Scotch that is the only place online I can find that has Two Bitch, they won't ship to Ohio. I think they will ship to Indiana.
Yeah.
But they won't ship to a P.O. box.
Oh.
So it would have to go to his ex-wife's house.
Well, he said she'd receive it if he wanted.
Now the issue becomes I don't want to pay $15 to $20 per bottle for shipping.
Yeah. Well,
said Mo's ex-wife would
by the way,
it.
Tyler asked me to if I would send his Blands over.
Yeah, I've got some. You can send it.
Yeah.
You just can't tell UPS what it is.
Yeah. But I also have to package it well enough that it's...
Remind me, I've got some stuff.
Sure.
I've got some things you could try. I've got a box in there that it may not fit Blanton's, that's the problem.
Sure.
Because Blanton's is a special, shape.
All right. Back to this.
Did you get more?
No, I just corked it.
I put a little water in mine and I freaking love it. I put way less water in than the last time.
What was the proof of this?
It's 90. It's
90.
It's down at the bottom.
And then what's it say for age? I can't say. At
It is
least 1 day. Aged at least 1 day. That's great.
It's not wrong.
Well, I mean, that all it takes is it just has to touch the container and it becomes bourbon. Doesn't have to. I mean, if you want it to be straight bourbon, it has to be 2 years.
And
but
Tyler put in a literal drop out of a plastic bottle. That was impressive. No, like I was watching you.
the
and
control.
It was literally
The control.
Yeah, I like it with the water. That's good.
Yeah, with water, that's all day, every day for me.
Now I'm interested. I want to try this. I got to kind of try to remember this and then go home and have some of what I have.
So that's not bad. I mean, and I don't see a DSP on it anywhere.
No, there's no. Like I said, I can't. You can't find anything on it. It just says it's stamped in the bottom of the bottle, produced and bottled by Virgil Kaine.
And it says property of too. It's like, do they get to come to my house and take it back?
They might.
Not if we drink it all
Although
night.
they have sent me some stuff as well. They sent me a trucker hat and 2 stickers, but I can't find the other sticker.
Come on.
And now you got a new computer. And
We need this shit.
I know, that's what I mean. I don't get it.
yeah,
We're just not doing enough pandering.
Martelle just messaged me and be like, "Hey, we're getting something sent to us." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody sent us some.
Something's going to show up.
Two bits sent us 2 bottles. Catoctin sent us a big
Yeah, with
bottle.
water, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I'm a
The 2-inch bottle just looks so cool. I want it just for that.
I'll give you one.
I was going to say Martelle's got more
But
empties
is
than he
it
knows what to
is
do
it
with.
the old bottle or?
Well,
Well, you have the one that
I had the Eureka Gold.
He had the Eureka Gold. I've got 2 bottles of the Special Reserve, which is their...
Sorry.
Why am I blanking on that? And I said it earlier today. So small bar pack liter reserve. That's it. So I've got 2 empties of the pack liter reserve, and then I've got one small and one large of the small bark with bite.
Yeah, that one, whatever that one is.
Yeah, that's the pack liter reserve
pack
bottle.
liter, yeah.
So I'm trying to find in my little cave back there my bottle of Traverse City barrel proof bourbon, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, what the fuck?
You drank it.
No, it was sitting up there from where I took a picture of it yesterday and forgot that I had left it there.
So I picked up some Traverse City the other day for us to do on our show. But I can't remember if it was the red label or the blue label.
Well, the red label is their regular. The blue label is their barrel proof. I have both back there.
I don't remember which one I grabbed.
We like it. We did a show on it with, was it Kendall? Because he's from Michigan?
Yeah. No, Kendall's from Ohio. I'm from Michigan.
Oh, but you guys went to
Michigan-
Central Michigan or Western Michigan
Eastern,
or whatever?
Eastern.
Michigan.
Yeah,
But there are
the
a
Columbus
couple-
branch.
Yeah, the Columbus branch.
He was a baseball pitcher, actually. And
They're,
You were?
No, Kendall was.
Kendall.
Oh.
I did a year of track at Eastern Michigan. Kendall was.
he was the anchor on the 4x1.
Kendall was a really
And by
good
anchor,
pitcher.
he slowed him down.
Right. That's what anchors did.
But a couple of Michigan State grads are founders of.
I freaking hate Michigan State.
I know. He told me that after I had already fallen in love with the bourbon.
bitches.
I was so mad.
Freaking 98.
So
ruined our season.
Oh yeah.
Sons of-
Well, I'm not done.
What the fuck,
98
man?
and
we still have to do this and then have Martelle make us some fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Man fashions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get some
those
dairy
are.
when
And
I
listen,
went home.
I think I told you guys this, but I have to coach CrossFit
You
at
are
6.
fat.
That's my only
Well,
problem.
hey,
You
we
have to
still
coach
got,
CrossFit at 6.
we got time. It's 20 after. It's 20 after 5. We can pause now, go make some man fashions, and then
Well, let's visit this real
Okay,
quick.
let's hit
So
this quick.
down your shit.
I got
Did you
pissed.
rinse it out?
I did.
All
Yep.
right.
I'm rinsed out.
I'm rinsed out. I
So this
downed
is
that.
Traverse City Barrel Proof. This is a barrel pick from Bourbon Enthusiast.
oh, we never finished Virgil Kaine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
rate
yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's rate it before we.
Let me take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm easily a 4 on this.
I'm a 4.
Anything from Virgil Kaine, I'm always on top of.
I have yet to get below a 4 for Virgil Kaine.
That might be a hunt for me. Well, I did.
Well, it's a hunt because I've been hunting for it for over a year.
now
Or the Virgil Kaine?
the one
Yeah.
Virgil Kaine, the
The
electric
Ash
owl.
Cat, the Ash Cat was outstanding.
The Ash Cat's fantastic. I have a couple bottles of that left. The Roundhouse is fantastic. I have a couple bottles of that left. But the Electric Owl was
Dude.
one that I have been searching for, and that's the one. That's the sample I brought down.
No, you brought the Ash Cat.
Was it the Ash
Yeah,
Cat?
because I
Ash
still
Cat
got a
to
little
him.
bit of it left.
Okay, so Electric Owl.
I
think
haven't
when I
drank it
finished
because I didn't know you had multiple bottles.
I got multiple bottles.
Yeah, so
So the Electric Owl, though, I spent 2 years looking for,
and
you
you
never
can't find
found
it.
and
They don't
no,
make
I
it
did.
anymore.
I found one. I found a buddy of mine in Simpsonville, South Carolina. He calls me up and he's like, "Hey, you're talking about Virgil Kaine all the time." He goes, "They have this," and I'm like, "I want a bottle of the Electric Owl." He's like, "How many you want?" They're $109 a bottle. I want.
you just got 3.
one. They had 3. I should have
Which,
got all
if you
3.
don't know, Martelle's limit is 100.
I'm $100. I'm like,
At 100, he stops.
I was like, I'll take one bottle. I should have grabbed all 3. Holy shit, is it amazing?
Is it like a cask strength?
so
What?
No, it's just a. I don't know exactly what it is, but
Are they still in business?
Virgil Kaine.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So why
They
do they
don't
do
make the
these?
Electric Owl, though.
They
So
do.
why?
They do
Why
these
not?
limited runs.
So so there'll be something new coming at some point.
Yeah, so they always do these limited runs. And when
Okay.
they do these limited runs, I try to go out and get that bottle. So,
So
Ash
he
Cat's a
found
limited
the
run.
Virgil Kaine just over the border of. You went to South Carolina, like I told you, right?
Yes.
So he was in Charlotte, just went over the border to South Carolina, and there was a big liquor store, right?
Yeah. They had one bottle left, I think, of that.
Did they have any other Virgil Kaine?
I think they had one or
ginger. You can always find the ginger.
It might have been the ginger, and then they had that, and then maybe one more.
There with the green label.
Potentially,
yeah.
Maybe.
So those are the three. So the Rip Track, I can't remember what the green label one is off the top of my head, and the ginger. Those three are that's their everyday whatever.
Is the green label a rye? Is it a
it's a rye.
Because usually the greens are ryes.
And then the Ash Cat, the Roundhouse, the Electric Owl, those three are their three
special edition or special
editions.
Edition.
Yeah. Now the Electric Owl was the most expensive out of all of them. The other two are like $60 a bottle, and these are usually
Robert Baron was the rye.
Robert Baron. That's it.
Yeah.
So these are all like $30, $40 a bottle. They're fantastic.
That's just a stupid low price.
Yeah.
What do you need, Brad?
Sign language.
Huh? I said 20 minutes. What do you need?
What are you going to do?
Are you guys wanting to use this couch? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. He's got to coach CrossFit anyway.
I got to coach CrossFit in here anyway at 6.
It's going to take me about 40 minutes to get up off this thing. So.
Yeah, do you want to watch me coach CrossFit? And then I've got a virtual happy hour after that at 7. So,
hey,
with our gym,
I will just stay here all night.
Yeah.
You're gonna...
So
I'll be in the background as you coach.
Hunt for me on the Virgil Kaine, and I'd say the same about the Ash Cat we had a while back. I don't think I was using Shelf Hunt or Pass yet at that point. So now we've got Traverse City Whiskey Company. This is our second bottle of the barrel proof that we've had. The first one was just a regular on-the-shelf bottle, which you can find pretty much anywhere now because they've expanded to Ohio and a few other places.
You mean Ohio's let them expand?
Whatever. Tomato, avocado.
Tomato.
Tomato,
you don't have any.
Nope.
And then this is actually a barrel proof pick from Bourbon Enthusiast. And again, once I saw it, knowing how much we liked the barrel proof from just the standalone shelf version of it, I wanted to get it just because I didn't want to pass on it. And because Bourbon Enthusiast, I've liked all their barrel picks so far.
Just so you know, we're drinking out of these fancy Bourbon Hunters glasses here. This has been the only glass I've used.
Has it been?
Since you gave it to me.
It doesn't fit a sphere ice cube, so I can't.
No,
use it.
I know.
No,
it makes you drink neat or little ice
I
cubes.
was gonna say, a normal ice cube will fit. I'll put one ice cube in if I want.
Vertical.
Yeah, and it's perfect. And no, mine's got like the fat one.
This sits in your hand so well.
Yeah.
When I had two and I had a buddy over, I kept using it, and finally I got back to Martelle's because we had like backlogged some episodes, so I had to take him his. So now I'm down to one. I'm like,
So someone else is
So
drinking.
you
out of my
finally
glass.
got your glass?
Oh yeah,
You dick.
they were like
I've run these through the dishwasher too. I don't even hand wash them.
That's what we did.
So
we washed them.
I'm considering spending $40 on a whiskey glass from Peugeot, the French car maker. They made a whiskey glass that is shaped similar to this, except the bottom flares out a little more.
Oh,
And
there's a name for that.
In the middle of it, the glass comes up, and they have a special coaster for it and everything. I'm like,
It's a fat bottom girl.
I don't want to
So we did
spend
these
$40
through
but-
Distillery Products, wasn't it? Distilleryproducts.com.
You would know.
Bar products, something like that.
And so they do laser etching. They are the only ones who can do like laser etching on certain things, like the Wee Glencairn, the Glencairn. Blah, blah. This is a Kinsey Dram. I love the Kinsey Dram.
Yeah, I like this better than just a
regular Glencairn.
Yeah, I hate the Glencairns.
The homewetbar.com.
I don't hate them,
They
but
have
I
some
like
really
this.
cool
Well, that's
stuff.
where Trina got me. HomewetBar.com got me mine with the peas on them for pool.
Yeah.
So I've got those back there, and
Are
I
you
like
sure it's
those.
not poulet?
It's poulet.
Hey, you need this.
Puele.
That's cool. Yeah. So let's dive into this so we have
All right.
time to do the.
The man fashion.
Man fashions.
We'll have to take a
Yelling
break,
at me.
and
I like
be-
this. I already took a sip.
it'll be
on
the
nose.
perfect time to take a break for Unicorn Apparel.
Yeah, that's true.
This is really smooth on the nose. It's not.
It's not
hot.
overwhelming
It's not spicy.
for being a barrel proof. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I get
Holy
this,
shit.
This smells smoky to me.
Oh yeah, I like that.
It smells very smoky.
Yeah, this would make a great smoked old fashioned.
Well,
And I get a very oaky smoke.
we can make 2 each upstairs.
I mean,
Virgil
heck,
Kaine versus this
let's
head to
go.
head. Now,
Let's
here's the
go.
thing about a old fashioned though is, when you make it with a
so
higher
good.
proof,
That's really good.
it's going to make that stand out a little bit more, which is
Right.
not a bad thing.
No, and that's
Why people use rye a lot of times in their drinks now, because that spice on the rye
Get that
Right.
bite.
comes
Yeah.
out. And I like rye in mixed drinks.
that peppery rye. But this is, I don't know. I like this a lot. So have you had the Whistle Pig Piggyback yet?
Again, I'm not a big rye guy, so I don't really buy any rye bourbons.
I have to slap you.
You should buy that one.
Well, let me
That one
go
is-
back to it. I think I might be now. I made up my mind before I started drinking neat, so I might like rye now.
So-
I don't know.
Whistle Pig, like, not to take away from Traverse City, but this Whistle Pig Piggyback that we had on like 2 shows ago, and where we bashed PETA. It was
People eating
super
tasty animals. Is that
people
what-
eating tasty animals. It was super complex. Like, not like, oh, what's that? Or no, it's like, holy shit, what's in my mouth?
Well, that's what she said.
It was
So,
my bourbon.
Well, here's the thing about rye is the problem with rye. A lot of the ryes are the 95.5s that you get from MGP or 90.10s or something like that.
Right.
It's a common mash bill that MGP puts out for rye because most people don't do their own rye. They do it from like even Angel's Envy. Angel's Envy doesn't do their own rye. They get it from MGP.
Funny story about that.
What's that?
You know, I messaged you two about how excited I was to find the Angel's Envy rye finished in bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
Because before I couldn't find it, we reviewed the port wine barrel.
Yeah.
$50 a bottle, right? I found the rye finished in bourbon barrel next to, in one store, there's one bottle, and the tag said $49.99.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's half price.
$100. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's sitting there dusty on a shelf. It's some podunk little store in some podunk town I was traveling through this week. Bought it, messaged you guys, super stoked about it. The next day I'm on the phone with Beth, and she ordered a sectional from Ashley Furniture, and she goes, did you spend $100 at a liquor store yesterday? I went, no. They didn't have the tag right. I paid full price for it. Didn't know. I was geeked because I thought I got this Angel's Envy rye for $50 instead of $95.
Were you not paying attention when you?
No, dude, I was so excited. I got that.
That's
And I
so
had some
funny.
of that Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. I didn't even look at the receipt. I'm like, yeah, here's my card. I
That's
wasn't
fine.
mad about it, but I was like, dang it.
Beth was though.
No, she actually wasn't.
Really?
No, not at all.
Surprised.
She said, what did you get? And I told her, and she goes, oh, you've been looking for that for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
She's like, but until
Hey.
the section comes in, like, let's chill.
They would be good to do the rounds with again in Kentucky.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like a trip to the Bourbon Trail.
Well, I was supposed to go down for my goddamn birthday.
Next week, I was
And-
supposed to do a barrel pick
I
with
know.
the Bourbon Enthusiast
And
for
Mo.
old fat. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be him, but he couldn't go. And then, so I invited Mo, and then he said, "Well, can you let me go anyway?" I was like, "No, I already told Mo. I can't uninvite Mo now."
Suck it, Mo.
No, I love Mo.
I
I
know
love Mo to
Mo's
death.
awesome.
Love
But-
Mo to death.
It's funny because, like, obviously I wanted him to go because he's the other half of the Bourbon Hunters,
Right.
but
Kinda.
he couldn't go because of it was like anniversary or something like that. You were going to go on a
We were
trip
in Florida.
with something.
supposed to be in Florida,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, okay, I'll just get Mo. And so it was going to be a very romantic trip. We had a great bed, Airbnb at
With twin beds.
No, he was going to have to stay on the couch, and I was going to get the king.
A king, Jesus! Both of you could sleep in the king and
Yeah,
never even know you're
That's fair.
there.
We could have had our
Hey, you can get on top of one on top of sheet.
we could have had
one
our
on
Bill
other sheet,
Murray
that way it's not
moment.
good.
Yeah.
Our Bill Murray moment.
I mean, Liz and I have a king, and I don't even know she's in the bed.
well, shit, Trina and her damn pillow fort that she builds every night. I don't know. If she's gonna do it. So, yeah, it was supposed to be this coming Thursday. I had Thursday and Friday off. We were going to go down, drive down directly for the bourbon, the barrel tasting or the barrel pick, and then after that, it was Brown Foreman or whatever.
Foreman, yeah.
We were going to go
Old
from
Forester.
there. We think to Woodford and do a through them as well. Do a big tour of the Woodford distillery, and then that night we were going to stay in Louisville and then just hit a couple places the next morning and come back.
Did you guys ever listen to our first one or two?
I've listened to all your guys.
I'll say I think I only haven't
He
listened
hasn't
to the last
listened to
one.
any of them.
I've listened to
but-
everyone. I know you haven't listened to ours because you don't listen to yours.
But I listened.
Yeah, I bet.
and
but
you
that's
even
all I
said
do.
on yours.
He
like,
listened to the cold
podcasts.
opener of the one where I pushed my wife down the stairs, apparently.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That was
That's
funny.
She just keeps choking herself.
That was probably our
that's a
best
good one.
opener so far.
Yeah.
So that's all I do is listen to podcasts. I don't even we have a Spotify premium account, and the girls listen to that and I'm constantly on Rogan, Bourbon Road.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to us because
Well, you listen to it while you're editing it.
I don't.
We don't edit at
I
all.
have literally sat with him sitting there.
Last weekend we did 2 episodes in one go because he sat there and goes, okay, about 10 minutes we'll be ready to go again.
I hard open with "Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast." I put a marker like prior to that, like if I do an opener and then the music and then there's that, I jump straight to the end. I move the music in where I want it to be. I put a marker at the end and I export.
We're done.
I don't even listen to it.
I do just because I want to make sure that there's not, because he has a bad habit of dead air. He's on his phone.
I haven't noticed.
Right? And so the first like 10 episodes, I was sitting there removing so much dead air, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So I stopped doing that so much, but now I just curate it to make sure that we're not saying anything that incriminates ourselves.
Here's
with
what
those things,
I want more of is just casual conversation. If we're having casual conversation, I'm drawn in more. But if we're like, he'll just be like,
that's all our show is.
He'll be like, we need to do
because
these bourbons.
I'm trying to get through them through a certain time, and we'll start shooting the shit, and we lose 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh fuck, we still have 3 more bourbons to get through, and I've only got an hour today.
No, we do one a show, and then we BS.
Yeah, see,
so.
we'll do one.
We could do that.
We've done more, but
We've done usually one. So we try to limit to one a show, and then if we decide that we're going to do another one, we will wrap that show up and go right into another show.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And do a second show with
maybe
that
take
second
a quick pee break, and then we just roll.
And we'll try to
and
do
the thing
more.
with us, like people
Speaking
that
of pee break, let's go do some man fashions.
Well, let's talk about this Traverse City.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
Traverse City.
So for the Traverse City, I am definitely at a 3.5 all day on this.
solid.
Like if I can find this in the store, I'm going to pick it up.
Well, this specific one, I would hunt all day for that.
Which one
Yeah.
is? How much is that bottle?
It's under $100.
Let me open it up.
I'm giving this a 4.
I'll read
He's gonna
off.
like air right it.
I'll
I
read off
like
the
this.
notes.
I like this. This is the only time I'm doing a 4 outside of 2-bitch Virgil Kaine
And your
or
Jefferson's
Ocean Voyage 3.
Yeah.
So this
I'm
might
giving this-
this might change it. It was $100.
I'm fine with that.
But it's not just the run of the mill one, right?
It's barrel proof.
It's a barrel proof.
118.4, and it's a barrel pick.
Yeah.
I'm still giving it a 4.
Okay.
Just
So it's
because
basically
it
straight
is-
from the barrel, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably some filtering and maybe cut down to get the right flavor profile, but it's cask strength technically.
Yeah, I'm still giving that a 4. That was fantastic. When I added just a little bit of water,
It really opened
I
it up.
fell in love with it. It gave it so much more.
I'm gonna have to start doing that more often because I don't do that enough. I try to buy in how it is,
This
but that does open it up a
this
lot.
might be
You're
our
right.
collective one of the best like
Tastings.
These are fantastic.
Yeah, all 3 of these just hit the mark.
outside
So
of maybe the Woodford ones.
Yeah, where we did the batch proof and all those. Yeah.
Yeah.
the adding the water, we started doing that because it was an article that I posted about how
Chemically, how it changes it.
well, it not even that. It was how do distillers drink their whiskey?
The distillers themselves will put
add
this in a bottle expecting you to add water or pour it over the rocks.
yeah, with the
or-
expectation that you're going to put it over ice or you're going to add water to it.
And with that expectation, that's why I don't generally mind spending a little bit more for a barrel or a cask strength, because you can then almost let's
You
just
get it
say
to whatever
that
you want it to.
you're getting a
Right.
third more bourbon out of it because you could potentially add a third of bourbon to every glass,
Absolutely.
and still be at 90 proof. You know,
Yeah,
that's probably
exactly.
not good science, or math, but you know what I mean. Like
It's science.
It works. It's
so it gives you that opportunity to make the bourbon go further. And this is one thing we talked about is with a bottle of wine, what do you get? 4 glasses?
I get about 2.5.
Right, but I mean, from the way you're supposed to pour
Oh.
it, you get about 4 glasses,
Yeah,
right?
you get about 4 to 6.
And that's, $20 for a bottle, for a decent bottle. You can go upwards however you
I have
want.
just been buying Jillian it's like bottle.
But what did
And
we
they're
say?
like
25 pours or 20 to 25 pours out of a bottle?
Yeah.
yeah, you get about 24 to
And
27.
so for
depending.
$100, you're getting $4 a pour.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys pour out of the bottle? Because I just
Drink from the bottle.
Yeah,
Well,
that's one. That's one.
Just-
night
when
right
we've got
there.
company
Intravenous.
over,
Well, when
we've got
you
company
compare
over,
it to a bottle of wine, when you're like,
yeah.
$10 to $15 for, it's the same price.
That was the thing that my
wine
wife and I went
goes-
over.
And wine goes bad. When you open it, you only have so much time to drink it. Now, I was actually talking with Jeff.
You have 20 minutes to
Thrust?
hear
Yeah.
CrossFit.
Young Jeff.
Yeah, young Jeff. he was talking. He said he has to finish a bottle within a month of opening it because it tastes stale to him.
Really?
That's weird.
And that's weird
not
to
a real
me
thing.
too.
I'm going to have to go kick him.
Yeah,
That's not a real thing.
I was like, really? Are you storing it? I was like, where are you storing it? He's like, in the basement.
In a mold-filled
And I'm like,
space.
okay, so I was like, it's
the cork
temperature
out?
controlled and the light is fine. I'm like, what do you?
That's not a real thing.
Because
He's leaving
that's
the
a
the cork out.
maybe because the bottle of
That's a mental block, though.
The bottle of Bland's that I just finished, I had open for 7 months, and that was the best.
That's it?
Yeah,
Because I had a bottle of Blanton's open for like 2 years. Weird flex.
but it was
and it was fantastic even up to the end of it.
Dude,
Yeah.
at the end of it, I was like, I can't believe I'm finishing this because
Goes great
it's the
with Coke
best
Zero.
thing that I've ever had. And I think you lose some of the ethanol, and it just
Well,
becomes
it
pure like barrel taste.
You do lose. It does go. It oxidizes.
Yeah,
A little bit, but it's not. I
but
mean-
it's not going to be enough to make it go stale.
yeah.
So
All
I've
right.
got a funny story for you real quick. Today, when I got mentioned from Fred Minnick,
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
yeah, he goes, "Who's Fred Minnick?"
Same thing I said.
He said.
They posted it.
These two
Martelle's like,
fuckers right here.
Martelle's like,
Jesus
oh,
Christ.
and
All right,
the dude said
Let's
something.
take a break.
We'll be right back with a man fashion.
Oh no, it's smoked. Cherry smoked.
Cherry smoked
Cherry smoked man fashion.
man fashion.
I know what it's like to have your left hand in the way.
All right, we're back
We are back.
after a word from Unicorn Nation Apparel for the last 5 minutes.
It's a little heavy on the simple syrup,
He
but that's all
drank
right.
it already.
Well, I had to make sure my masterpiece was good, and it's not good.
It's not good. I've been really working on the ratios. I've been measuring though, because I'm a dork like that.
So I was trying to make more than one.
Yeah.
So I
That messes-
overcompensated
yeah.
for the.
I feel like because of the ginger infused, you don't need a lot of simple syrup.
You don't. I'll be right back. Hold on. I can fix this.
Pour a little more ginger infused in it. Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
good.
hold off then. And
Yeah.
All right, yeah, all right.
yeah, because usually
I'm
Martelle
going to be
makes.
coaching my CrossFit class tonight with
A man.
a man,
Man
fashion
fashion.
in my hand.
I just want to walk in behind. Do you do it like the video stream?
Yeah, right there.
I'm just going to walk in behind you, and sneak back out. Just to.
The old-
my bad.
I have a Zoom virtual background where I do that to myself.
Oh, do you? You make one of those?
Yeah, so I'm sitting there in that chair, and I walk in that door right there, looking them.
Because I saw where a guy did that.
Yeah.
But, we were on a family Zoom, and everybody's posting funny pictures. And I found one where guys it looks like I'm in somewhere basement. We just moved, so nobody knew what our basement looked like.
Yeah.
So I'm on this background. All of a sudden, this guy pokes out from behind the hallway. He just waves and goes back. And 4 or 5 times after, my aunt goes, "Who's at your house with you? Who is that guy?"
So I've got another one where I come in and I do that. Then I poke my head in from this side. I did some editing to do it.
That's
and then poke
funny.
my head over the little half wall there.
That's funny.
And people that watch it,
mic noises.
It's Friday night.
There we
Who's
go.
going to get on and work out at?
we'll see. Maybe no one.
Fit-
Last week I had no one. The week before I had 3 or 4. And
I
it just
have.
depends.
I mean, I've gotten on and worked out with our gym, and
And it might be a day where people
Ooh.
want to.
Martelle stirred with his fingers and gave it a nice lick.
oh, that's better. Here we go.
Oh, no, that's good.
That's better. I can't disappoint. So.
Oh,
That is great.
isn't it?
That's great.
So
isn't it?
just to give everyone a little heads up, we're drinking a Virgil Kaine based ginger infused bourbon Manhattan or
I call it a man fashion.
We call it the
so
man fashion.
It is literally a 2-to-1. It should be 1 ounce of simple syrup to 2 ounces of the ginger infused, with a squeeze of clementine in it and clementine zest. And then it's optional to smoke the glass, and I smoked it with some cherry shavings that you had.
So
And
I've
some
found
orange bitters and some regular bitters.
Angostura, yeah. So I found that it's like a 1 to 4.
That
I have it.
I
have
sent
Dude
it.
asked him for it,
I have
and
it.
Martelle made it up, and then and dude said thanks. He goes, "I'm lying. I've never measured anything."
So I honestly do about a 1 to 4 because I
Okay.
feel like the simple syrup with the ginger infused is just too much sweetness. So I thought the bitters might. The first time I made it, I thought the bitters might kind of tame that down a little bit, but I feel like you need to lower the amount of simple syrup. So I do a 1 to 4.
And you probably could. I mean, I don't measure. I don't measure when I cook. The only time I measure is when I bake, and I never bake. So
And when he wakes up in the morning,
yeah,
Well, my next thing is going to be I'm going to make my own simple syrup.
I tried that. It
Cup
came
of
out
water.
really bad.
Well, so what you can do is you make a cup of water, cup of sugar, bring it to a boil, And as soon as it comes to a boil, you remove it. You let it simmer for a little bit, but then you remove it, and you add a little bit of vodka to it so it keeps longer.
Vodka sucks.
It does, but but it keeps longer that way, and you don't have to worry about it going. That's a Fred Minnick thing, just so you know, just to catch you up.
So it doesn't go bad.
Yeah, so it doesn't go bad.
So I ended up following a recipe because
you should use Everclear, but if you don't have Everclear, use
So
vodka.
I tried to make some the other day, and for a margarita.
That's good.
And they had me do a 1 to 3, so a cup of water to basically 3 cups of sugar.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Well, you had some.
Yeah, he's like, I made simple syrup. I said, awesome. He went, it's not good.
It's not good.
and I'm like, I'm the sweet tooth guy. Like, give it to me. I'll eat candy anytime. You know. And he gave it to me, and I was just like, it was like, I felt my diabetes flaring up.
I use a little bit, and then I add water and shake it up, and I use a little bit, and I add water and shake it up.
Yeah.
But it's been in the fridge for probably 2 weeks now, so it's aging.
Well, that's probably about the length of time you want to start checking on it.
It's fine. It's sugar and water.
I mean, all it's going to
grow out of that.
It's going to ferment. It'll be fine.
Nothing's going to crystallize.
I mean, put it in the microwave. It'll melt back
Well,
down.
the other day
It's like
I did try to pull the cap off of it, and I was just like,
Get out
There
a
we
pipe
go.
wrench.
it was awful. But this is
good.
Yeah,
this is good.
bad
This is
at
not
all.
my best. I will say this is not my
This
best.
is not your best. The one you made the one day we reviewed it.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, it's like my Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 3. I've heard Voyage 16, 17, 18, they're not that good anymore. So I've got like
They're good. They're just not the same.
They're not
They've
right.
gone down.
Yeah,
his
sure.
man fashion
So-
he made that day that like he made us each one at a time.
It blew it out of the water.
Dude,
Have we-
I'm telling you guys, insane.
The different voyages, have we ever gone over the process and how they age it
We
on the
have.
boat?
We have.
But I don't know if y'all have.
So how do they do it?
Well, it started off the guy. So you got Jefferson's Reserve, right?
Yeah.
Guy in charge of that knows a buddy who does has a ship that they go around tagging sharks, tracking them,
Yeah.
learning their movements, basically helping sharks.
Yeah.
They're trying to learn about them and keep them healthy and whatnot. He said, "Hey, what if I throw a few barrels on your boat?" The guy says, "I have room for X amount of barrels." So he takes it on there. They keep the ship has a log of where it goes while the barrels are on board, whether it's north or south of the hemisphere, where
It's going to
at in the
change
world.
some of the different
Exactly.
temperatures.
So
Yeah.
So port by port. So Voyage 1, I think Voyage 1 was just 3 barrels. I had Voyage 3, and I only had it because a buddy called and said, "Hey, I got gifted this bourbon. You're a bourbon guy. Come try it." And this has been years ago because now
It's
I
probably
saw
pretty
Voyage
rare.
20 or 21 on the shelf now.
It's 21, yeah.
So Voyage 3 is what I had, and he showed it to me, poured it. I took a sip, and my mind was blown.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, this is a $100 bottle, which it's like 75 to 100 depending, whatever. And basically it was like you can't just go get this easily.
Yeah.
And that became my benchmark. Like that's what I measured everything to. I haven't had newer versions. I've only heard it. But Voyage 3, I think there's like 4 or 6 barrels. It was all south of the equator. It made 8 different ship stops at port. So it was already aged bourbon.
Yes.
And then it was on the ship for 6 months, if
Yeah.
I recall correctly.
So it's
you
almost
can go on their
finished.
site.
It's
Yeah.
almost finished at sea.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
in the same barrel. So
Yes.
it's not. It doesn't change. Like it's not like a brandy
Yeah.
barrel or
Yep.
a wine cask. So yeah, it's finished at sea. So a ship. The cool thing is like when you put a barrel in a rick house, what does it do?
Sits. It
The
sits and
ship
doesn't-
it rocks back and forth.
Yeah, and it
So
goes
it's constantly stirring.
And it's
it's
temperature
in and out,
fluctuation,
yep.
and you've got sea
at
salt.
night.
and-
Yep.
And
and
Voyage
everything
3,
else.
you could actually taste a bit of like saltiness in it.
That's
And it was
fucking awesome.
It was like salted caramel. It was beautiful. I mean,
Now
hands
I've
down
had
my
Voyage
favorite.
16, and he Randy was like, "Oh, it's,
I was
3
telling
was
how great
3.
it was.
It's so
Yeah.
great. You get this." Now my brother-in-law is a huge. They do like Hennessy, and,
Yeah.
and so he had Voyage 16, and I tried it. I'm like, it's okay. Like I wouldn't write home about it. Like Randy's lying.
Like, I
It's
pumped it up so
$95
much.
a bottle.
Right, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. And like Randy's like he's pumping up, and I'm like, I'm going for that. Like Alex,
Like
I'll take
you're
that.
expecting, yeah.
And I'm just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It was like a super caramel bomb. Like it was
Yeah.
very sweet and caramely, but it did not have that sea salt to it. And I'm just like,
So the store what I stopped in South Carolina and got this Virgil Kaine, they had a shit ton of Jeffersons.
yeah,
So like they had to have 8 different types of Jeffersons.
So much like these different cask strengths and these different barrel picks and all that, you're going to have very different. The voyages each are going to be different. So it's very hard. For
everyone listening, we got Andy on the line.
I can't hear what they're saying. Dude has got in to get ready to coach this virtual fitness thing, and we're sitting behind him waving and holding up whiskey bottles.
Aaron Giannetti is finishing up a class.
Now, Aaron is one of my favorite guys to train with because he's so much smaller than me that I can still not whoop him in gruff or self-defense. I trained to become an instructor under Aaron.
Yeah.
Back when I was like 200 pounds lighter. But I love Giannetti and his teaching. So yeah, that's funny.
He's a good dude.
He does. He's so anyway.
Who's Aaron Giannetti?
But who dat?
Who
dat?
I love Aaron.
Yeah, so
He's
the voyages, I think with Jefferson's Ocean, I think the voyages are going to be just like a store pick. Like one store is going to love a certain profile, one store is going to hate it, or
they even have Jefferson Ocean store picks.
They do.
I've seen the store picks, like barrel pick.
I think from Voyage 3 to all the voyages can be very different because it's literally thrown on the ship, but that ship has its own schedule. They're like, you can throw a couple barrels on, but we're doing our thing.
Yeah, it's
so
whatever.
It's not like,
whenever it gets back,
it's not like Jefferson's Reserve ship going around the same thing every time. So you're never going to get the same taste profile.
No.
And I almost picked up. I saw Voyage 20 or 21 this week, but I'd already dropped $100 on the Angel's Envy
on accident.
I thought I was getting a great deal. So I kind of was like, I'm going to wait. But I do want to get a different voyage that neither of us have tried to revisit.
Let's wait 3 or 4 voyages.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to wait a while so we're far away from 16.
Like 32.
And, they're at 21, so we've got time.
We got time.
I'm not rushing out to get one. But I've heard they're doing more barrels now. It's I don't want to say like it's quote-unquote watered down, but it got very popular very early on because it's very unique, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys, dude loves certain picks from certain places. Like store picks. You guys like single casks. So certain things are going to be.
I'm stealing another glass
different.
of Traverse City.
Okay.
You fat shit.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, the audio is going to have to stop whenever someone joins into this class. I'm going to have to turn the camera this way and coach from here.
You know what you got to do.
Just letting you know.
You just leave it.
If it's not
Donald
raining
just signed in.
if it's not raining yet, then you guys can go out on the patio if you want. And I can come out there for the virtual happy hour.
We'll just do this. This is fine.
Aaron may not approve of this.
Aaron loves whiskey. He's fine.
Aaron loves me. He may not.
He loves us both.
I'm going to go get some Dairy Queen.
So
I'm about to go to DeCarlo's.
What's that?
DeCarlo's Pizza?
Wait,
over on Main
dude,
Street?
Wait. Hey, Habaneros is like 2 minutes from here.
Dude, Habaneros is the fucking best.
I've never had it.
Hey,
told you.
That's fine. I like Los Gauchos.
This podcast
So
Meat Derek wants to do a set tasting with us. Hobbs versus Los Gauchos.
Okay.
Because he posted tacos. I was like, yeah, those are nice. They're the second best.
Wife and I got takeout the other day. Smashed it.
So
the best shrimp tacos I think I've ever had.
Habaneros is so good.
At Habaneros.
So one of the things that Randy and I are going to start doing is we're going to start pairing whiskey to pizza
Or foods. Just
No, pizza.
I thought deviled eggs.
Well, we're going to eat
so
deviled
gross.
eggs.
Wait. Okay, first off, my wife makes deviled eggs that everybody, I like them, but I'm biased, right? Obviously, my wife can cook. But everybody that has them says they're the best. Well, then she made spicy deviled eggs. And then she made chicken bacon, cheddar, ranch, deviled eggs.
That sounds
So,
pretty damn
and I'm all for that, but we're
Phenomenal.
going to pair bourbon to pizza. And we're going to do like Pizza Hut and Domino's. Like we're going to hit the gamut.
You guys like
So
spicy stuff?
when you do that, let me know. I'll come join
No,
you guys.
you won't, because I would have.
You were going to kidnap me on a day that was like the worst day possible for me to join.
did. I literally was like, dude, I'm going to throw you in the back of my pedo van and drag you all the way to Martelle's.
So my uncle, will take a shit plastic bottle of whiskey, and he grows scorpion peppers. So he'll put them in there into the whiskey, and he'll do one bottle will be 1, the next will be 2, the next will be 3. So It is the most intense thing.
See, I don't know that I could get down with that.
I had a sip, and it literally is like someone down your esophagus punched you right in the fucking chest.
Sad, yeah.
Should we just keep recording? I turn this, and then you guys keep doing a show while I'm coaching?
If you want to, because then we can comment on your coaching.
Right?
And then you can make this into a two-parter.
It could be a two-parter.
You can do like a back-to-back release on a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, you should. You should do a special release.
What are you doing?
Since we're here having our special release with you, you're about ready to. He's trying to angle it so they can't see us.
Oh, you need another
in the background.
Blanket,
yeah, you need a blanket.
Blanket pillow. I was thinking of Michael Jackson's kid.
Why were you thinking of Michael Jackson's kid?
Because his name's Blanket.
It is?
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway,
there's Tyler in the background of my fat arm.
Can you
move, Tyler?
Can you move, Tyler?
No, I'm gonna take off. Actually, I might go do some yard work. I know it's 6 o'clock at night, but yeah.
Holy!
Martelle's dying. Oh, this is gonna be great audio. We got dude trying to coach CrossFit. Tyler's leaving. Martelle's choking on bourbon.
I'm trying to
bourbon.
We're putting in a deck and a patio, and my father-in-law is coming June 1st to do the deck.
Coronavirus, shit is real.
And right after that, I'm doing the patio, but I need to have all the stuff ready for the patio, and I'm going back to work, I think, in the next 10 days. So,
are you guys opening on the 26th?
I have no idea. Of course, in typical awesome fashion, LA Fitness just doesn't let anyone know. So.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, the governor said he was going to put out protocols yesterday. Didn't as of this morning.
Right.
I think Aaron sent them to me. I think
maybe, but I have to see them, and I just don't know how. The LA Fitness I run is 70,000 square feet, and we have 1,000 people that walk in there every single day.
Weird flex.
I have no idea how I'll be able to control any of that under any standard.
Right.
They're in here. I'll send them to you.
Okay, because
Well, yeah.
yeah. How can we tell somebody how can we limit the number of people that are going to be in there? You can't. It's not a small gym that you can be appointment only.
Do you have multiple machines at the same thing, like multiple pec decks? And
yeah.
So close off one of the pec decks if they're side by side.
You can do things like that, but
you still got the locker room. You still got
3/4 of the gym is going to be closed down.
Right.
It's just.
I don't know what you're thinking either.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do.
But Tyler said he's leaving anyway.
Tyler's leaving and you're doing that. We should
if you guys want to keep drinking.
Hey.
Well, we can do that, but we can wrap up the show.
Yeah, do that. Wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
What's the record? Yep.
It's the big red one. So, that's it. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Buckhorn Podcast. Bourbon Hunters
Podcast. Yeah.
For Tyler, Randy, Martelle, we're out.
Oh, there's Dude,
Peace.
too. There's Dude.
Dude.